What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love, much love. Salute to everybody that's here right now. Shout out to all of you visionaries, man. Shout out to all of you visionaries. We're back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, of course, and I appreciate all the love and the support. Start off by hitting that like button for me, family. Let's start off by hitting that like button. Let's start off by hitting that like button for me, fam. Hit that like button. Share today's show because we're going to get into it today. Hope all is well with everyone. Shout out to everybody in the building. Hope all is well on this hump day. You know. So salute to everybody. Let me get over here and give some shout outs while you guys hit that like button and share today's show. Share it out on your community tab, your Discord servers, your Instagrams, your Facebooks, your Twitters, anywhere that you share content. Make sure you share this show. It's very much appreciated, man. Very much appreciated. Shout out to Sir O in the building. Salute. Salute to Tone Malone. I appreciate you, my brother. Day one, brother, always showing love and support, man. I appreciate you. Vanessa Wells, what's going on, Vanessa? Good to see you. Shaw Newsom in the building. Good to see you. And Just Axe Shaw is in the building. Much love to you, Just Axe Shaw. Always coming through and holding down the chat. Salute to my man Shango Zulu in the building. Salute. Yaninka Bay, salute. Peace to my brother 1G. 1G in the building. Peace, my brother. Shout out to Miss Letitia. Good to see you, love. Shout out to my brother, the #1 grinder. Salute. Hey, what's going on, Miss Brooklyn? What's going on? Shout out to everyone that's here. Shout out to Miss Mona. Good to see you, Miss Mona, as always. Shout out to everyone that's here, man. Shout out to everyone that's here. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in right now. Shout out to y'all. Like I said, make sure you like and share today's show. Make sure you share this show because we're going to get into it today. We are going to get into it. So like the show and share the show. Shout out to everyone that's here once again. Also, before we get into today's show, make sure you go and check out yesterday's show. Make sure you go and check out yesterday's show. Because as y'all know here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, everything is pretty much holistic here. The whole perspective is just parts to one whole pie. So when y'all get content like this from me, understand that it all coincides with each other. So you have to check out each stream so you can follow the flow. That's how you follow the flow here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, man. I appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out to all the visionaries. And y'all see today's show. Y'all see today's show. Are society's standards? This is a question. This is a question for you guys. It's for the men. It's for the men. JMJ, salute, fam. This is a question for the fellas. Are societal standards ruining men's outlook on relationships? That's the question that I pose to you guys today. Are societal standards ruining your outlook on relationships? Because as y'all know, you can easily go and look it up if you're a content creator or if you're just a supporter. Thank you, Ms. Garnetta Brown. I appreciate it. Shout out to Australia in the building. I appreciate you, Pro One theologist. Salute. Shout out to Ism. So, I ask these questions because lately I've been speaking on relationships a lot, and it is because you guys asked for it. And I noticed that a lot of men are online seeking dating advice. They're trying to figure out how they're going to move in their next encounter with women. I'm watching this. I'm watching guys. This is why guys like Fresh and Fit, guys like Alpha Male Strategies, this is why these guys are very prevalent and they're very popular. Because a lot of men today are only on the internet to get information on how to talk to women that they're trying to deal with online. And shout out to them because like I always say, y'all may hear me debunk some of the theories or whatever, but y'all have heard me say from the beginning that dating coaches are necessary for some guys. They are necessary. Coaching in itself is necessary. Coaching, teaching, counseling, advising, all of this stuff is necessary. It's necessary. And it's necessary because of what I'm going to speak about on tomorrow's show, which is Black men's mental health. And does Black men's mental health really matter? So make sure y'all tune in tomorrow, same time, because that's what we're going to speak about. So these coaches, these dating coaches, I've always said that they're necessary. Yeah, they may be getting money from guys or whatever, but they're necessary. Because a lot of these guys need to be taught from baby steps on how to go about things. You see? See, I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's foolish. I'm not going to sit here and say that we don't need dating coaches when all these guys need advice. You see? But of course, the rabbit hole goes deeper. Hey Toya, good to see you. This is the problem. And this is why a lot of guys, even after they've done Lucario's, game thing, after they've read ARC's books, after they've went over there and spoke to Steve the Dean and after they've exhausted all of their resources on the internet, a lot of these guys are still saying that they're not getting the results that they want. It's because number one, society advises men to lie to themselves about relationships. See, let's start there. Society tells men to lie to themselves about relationships. That's what it does. And before we get into it, let's look up what is a societal standard. Let's get some definitions going. A societal standard or a norm. Societal standards. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, by the way. Salute to y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button and make sure y'all share the show. Societal standards or social norms are the accepted standards of behavior of social groups. You see? So lying to ourselves about what we want from women is a social norm for men. It's a social norm. Am I saying women don't do this? No, because we just read the definition of what a social norm is. So, yes, women do it too, fellas, but we're not talking to them. You see? We're not talking to them. I could care less. We know they lie, but we need to focus on why we tell lies. We need to focus on the importance of men being honest. You see? Because you can't control nobody else. You can't dictate what somebody else is going to do. You only in control of yourself. You're only in control of yourself. So a social norm is something that is accepted, behaviors that is accepted by groups. So it is a social norm for men to lie to themselves about relationships. You got a bunch of guys out here who are running around acting as if they don't want a woman. And when I say don't want a woman, I don't mean don't like women or anything like that. I mean don't want a relationship. See, this is why a lot of you guys are suffering, because you are coming around here listening to these jade. This is why I asked the question. Are we jaded? Have we caught the vapors when it comes to relationships? And why? Why? Why are there so many 19, 20, 22-year-old men listening to older, jaded men about relationships? Why? Why? Because that has always been a social norm. How do we know this to be true, DS1? Because we grew up getting game from men who failed in relationships. The shit that we were taught by men who didn't know what they were doing, who were making shit up as they went along in life. How do we know this, DS1? Because some of these same men who taught us this poison, who fed us this bullshit, are now and have been men who's been married for 30, 40 years. They in church, they following whatever God they believe in, and they're loyal to their women. And they won't dare let a guy like you date their daughter. These were the same guys who taught us to pump and dump. Pump and dump ain't no new shit. We were taught that from young. When you were a teenager, our whole objective of dealing with women when we're young is to smash. Period. Why is that? Because that is what we were taught. Get the draws. And we were taught this by men who later on in life got married. They're married now with a family. Just like the gangbangers who taught you to go out and throw up the set. Right now, they're retired with kids, trying to tell you to drop your flag. You see, this is because of societal norms. I've done a show. Y'all can go and check it out. As a matter of fact, I'm going to link the show right up here about how men have become worldly and wayward and how that is actually destroying us. Because to be worldly is to follow societal norms. It is to do what they're putting out there for you to do. Black men are angry, so how about we show the world that we're angry? We follow whatever narrative they put out there about us. That even when it comes to relationships. And a lot of men today are jaded. And I'm talking about good men. I'm talking about men who will be great fathers, men who will be great leaders. I need you brothers to understand this. You've caught the vapors. You've allowed society to trick you. You see, because a man with a purpose does not allow the world to dictate how he lives his life. I need y'all to understand this, fellas. Understand where your purpose comes from. Your purpose comes from God. When you have a purpose, that is a spiritual journey. You have a spiritual duty. When you find your purpose, when you are in aligned with your purpose is not to go get a job and pay your bills. That's not your purpose. That's your responsibility. Because as being a human, you got to pay bills. See, that's not your purpose. That's not your purpose. And see, men are not aligned with their purpose. This is why you fall victim to what society tells you. You fall victim to what the world tells you you have to become. You're following the template of the world, which we know earth is the devil's playground. We know this as men. I'm talking to the men. We know how wicked this world is. So why do we align ourselves with what society tells men they have to be? Why the fuck do you stress yourself out about trying to keep up with a system that's broken? Why? Why? You got to have 6 figures. You got to have a 6-pack. You got to at least have 6 inches. Says who? Who made that up? You did? For your life? Who told you all of this shit? All of these guidelines you men are following were created by who? And for the purpose of who? And what is the end goal for them to get you to follow these things? The end goal is to create miserable men. Because miserable men don't want children. Miserable men don't want relationships. Miserable men, all they want to do is live an external existence. You see? That's what these social norms have created. It have created miserable and jaded men who try to hide behind what society deems them to be men, which is the high value man narrative, which is the 666 narrative, which is the alpha, beta, and all of that shit. All of that narrative, all of that is encompassed in confusing you. You see? Who created these standards? Have you created any standards for yourself? Why would you try to live up to another man's standards? And now let me speak directly to black men. Black man, you know society is directly against you. So why would you follow what the hell they tell you? So because they telling you these women want to run around and be thoughts, right? Because that's what society's telling you. That's not all women. There's plenty of women out here that you can meet that don't even get down like that. But you live in your life vicariously through social media, so all women are thoughts. You see, you're following societal's norms. So what does that do to us, brothers? That gives us anxiety. It gives us depression because we're trying to keep up with some shit that we didn't even create. So how do we know that it's going to benefit us? And as we can see from the results, it doesn't. Being black pill doesn't benefit you. Running around here saying you in red pill rage don't benefit men. Running around here claiming all of this alpha, beta bullshit don't benefit no men. It's not benefiting men. Men are out here still hurting. Men are out here still hurting other people. You see? That dude, Frank R. James, he was trying to keep up with societal's norms. He wanted to know why, as a man, I can't have big booty Keisha. Why I can't date a Brittany Renner? Why can't I have a Lyra Galore? Why? You see? And this is what made him snap. Because he's trying to understand, why can't I have this? It's a norm. It's normal. Why can't I have it? And if I can't have it, nobody should be able to have it. This is what societal's norms has been doing to black men. It is causing the current mental health issue. And as I said, we're going to speak about this more tomorrow. You see? Following this world, fellas, will drive you nuts. This is why the Bible tells you to be in the world, not of it. See? Now you could sit here and say you're not of the world, but what are you listening to? What are you putting in these? See, because if you're still listening to men who are jaded, if you're still listening to men who are sitting around just spouting off statistics of a broken society and then living amongst that, why do you think you're unhappy? With all the money, with all this other shit, why do you still think you're empty inside? It's because you're following a broken system. This is what you're doing. This system is broken. So why the hell would you try to live up to the stats of what they got to say? You're a fool. What you're doing is you're slowly killing yourself. This is what you're doing. You're slowly killing yourself. You got the little drip. You want a morphine drip. You're killing yourself. You don't even know. Trying to keep up with the keep up. Using what they're saying in the world as a way to compare your accomplishments and your successes and your happiness. Why are you doing this, brother? Don't you know you killing yourself? Don't you know that? Don't you know the first thing you need to fast from? Because DS1 need to fast from chips and shit like that. I need to fast from snacks. So since I need to fast from snacks, right? You brothers need to fast from the toxic niggas you listen to on the internet about women in relationships. You should not be listening to no 50-year-old man tell you these women ain't shit. If you are listening to men that are doing that at 50, bruh, you got a bad diet. You taking in bad food, just like my favorite chips. You taking in bad food. You wonder why you can't drop the dead weight in your life? Like I can't drop these pounds? You wonder why you can't drop the dead weight in your life? Because you listening to dead men. You're listening to men who are spiritually dead and they're compromised by this world. They can't teach you shit. They can't teach you nothing. All they can tell you is why you should keep feeling good about the bullshit you've been feeling good about. That's all they could tell you. See? That's all they could tell you. See, they can't teach you to fast from the bullshit in life. They could tell you not to eat no cookies, not to eat chips, They could tell you that shit. You need to go to the gym, you need to do that, and all of that's true. All of that's true. But two things could be true simultaneously. And what you niggas need to fast from is these toxic setback niggas that's advising you to keep being internally shut down. That's keeping you in fear of taking the next chance and getting in a relationship. You scared. You scared. And you're scared. You know why? You know what's keeping your fear up? You know what's keeping your anxiety up? When you go listen to these niggas that'll read off some goddamn statistics on why you shouldn't have kids, even though you wanted kids your whole life. But you listening to these niggas. You listening to stats. As if that dictates anyone's life. Because if we're going to follow stats, nigga, we might as well go live out nature. If we're going to just follow what the stats and what the information say, we might as well get ready to live out in the wilderness. If that's the case, if we're going to be that goddamn silly, if we're going to be that goddamn silly as men, we might as well go do that. Go live off the grid. If that's the case, if that's what we doing, see, brothers, because what I want y'all to understand is societal norms change. You see? This shit that men are being fed currently has not always been there to the degree that it is now. You see? So what happens when they tell you that being in a relationship is cool again? That's when you're going to get in one? Huh? When they tell you that being in love is actually profitable, that's when you're going to go find love again, brother? Huh? That's when you're going to want to go and have kids and all that? When the government tell you it's okay? That's what you're telling me. See, I don't live my life based on no goddamn statistics. I live my life according to me. Because guess what? When I die, those statistics going to be there. They're going to come up with some other shit. So why am I living my life up under societal's norms? Understand what that's doing to you, brother. It's destroying your outlook on relationships. how you relate to people. It's keeping you shut in and shut out from networking with people. It's keeping you stuck amongst these set of people. You're not going to go outside of that because you're afraid. Because you're afraid. You don't want to take another chance in life. You're afraid now. You're dealing in fear because you want to know, you want to deal with a sure bet. You want to deal with something that you know you're going to get this back. That's not masculinity, nor is that being a man. Nor is that being a man. You see? But this is what following societal standards and norms creates. It creates fearful men. That's what it does. It creates the insecurity that a lot of men deal with because we trying to keep up with some shit that we didn't even create. You see? So if you don't have a six-pack, in your mind, if you don't have a jawline, in your mind, you're not eligible for an attractive woman based on societal standards. This is why men, do you know how many men are being destroyed because of this shit? Do you know how many men are being destroyed because of this? You're not even living according to yourself. You're doing what somebody else told you to do. You becoming the man that somebody else wants you to become. That's why you 50 years old and you don't know yourself. You don't know where you're going. You just wheeling and dealing. You just wheeling and dealing. That's what you're doing. That's the path that society has men on. Because men are trying to keep up with some shit that's not real. It's not real. Okay? What's real is what you think about yourself, not what society and a goddamn survey says. Because, nigga, that's Family Feud. Survey says that's Family Feud. Okay? So you're not gonna sit here and tell me because, oh well, first of all, I don't deal with unattractive women. That's number one. But you're not gonna sit here and tell me, oh, DS1, since you're a fat guy, you don't deserve beautiful women. Says who? Says who? Your little 120-pound boss with a pencil dick? That's who made that up, right? That's who told you that. Oh, fat guys they don't need to get attractive women because you fat. You fat. You don't need an attractive woman. Says who? Your pencil dick boss? Who like fat women? Huh? Listen to the shit that you do say and think about where it comes from. Where does your standards come from? Society. Don't come from you. This is why a lot of you dudes get caught cheating with fat women. But you tell YouTube you like a woman in shape. But then you cheat on your woman with the fupa. Your woman catch you in the hotel room and she's sitting on your goddamn face with her stomach. But you tell the YouTube world you don't like fat women. You don't like women. You don't like fluffy women. Oh, fluffy women shouldn't have men. That's what you goofy ass niggas be saying. You goofies. You goofies. because you're following some bullshit. You see? That's why Lizzo got a man. Because there's niggas out here who don't follow society standards. Oh, if you got a fat woman, then you must be a low value man. Listen to this dumb shit. When the person who created that is 90 pounds and got a pencil dick, that was created by scrawny, puny little men who are intimidated by women who they feel they can't dominate in the bedroom. See, it's too much ass for them. It's too much weight for them. They can't hold them up. So now let's ostracize them. Even though that's their secret fetish. You see? You see how y'all following me? You're following some bullshit. And you know you're following some bullshit because your dick still get hard for the fat girl. So stop lying to yourself. That's why you're unhappy and you're miserable. Because you're following some bullshit so you can say, oh, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Instead of being fulfilled in yourself and creating a life that you want. You ain't creating a life for you. You doing what the fuck society tell you to do. You creating a life that they telling you to create. You ain't creating your own life. You ain't creating your own life. Because if you was, you wouldn't be using societal norms to try to vet that woman. You would not be using societal's norms and standards to vet that woman. You'll have your own vetting process. You wouldn't be using society. Because society doesn't have a vetting process. You see? You see? Societal's norms and standards have traumatized men to not be in relationships, to be against relationships. It has told men not to have children. Man, what we having children for? Nigga, who told you not to have kids? The government? Are you serious? But we supposed to be thinking men though. Thinking in terms of what? And thinking in terms of who? Not of ourselves. Because can't no goddamn government agency tell me that you shouldn't have kids because you can't afford them. Since when people start having kids because they can afford them? Listen to this dumb shit that you niggas are following. Since when did niggas start having kids because they can afford them? So that's why you start fucking? So you start fucking because you had money. That's what you telling me? Huh? Or you started fucking because that's your biological urge. That's what you're supposed to do. Huh? Huh? Y'all, so y'all men don't know we following a broken system. Y'all don't know that they're coming up with all this bullshit so black men can stop producing and wanting to have children with women to slow down our birth rate. You don't know that, right? Because other races of people are not having that much children. Don't you know we populate the earth? We do. Us, yeah. We still having the most babies. Don't you know that's a problem? Don't you understand that all of this shit with us infighting and the gender war and all of this shit, you know what that creates? Less children being born. Population control. We are falling for the okie doke. And if you a man and you claim you have foresight, you won't be spewing none of this shit because you know what it leads to. It leads to black male extermination. See, you got to understand, you got to be careful what you're listening to. See, because you could be listening to the prelude to your goddamn extermination. You see? We're not promoting that. We don't promote doom and gloom because we don't listen to it. I'm not listening to no man tell me why men shouldn't have kids. Nigga, something wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. Period. I don't care who you are. If you running around here promoting that shit, you're a eugenicist. Something's wrong with you. We don't promote that shit. See, what is the difference between saying we need to abort black babies and then black men saying black men don't need to have children? Either way, there's no children being produced. See, you niggas get caught up in y'all feelings because she said abort black boys. But you niggas are running around here telling men, don't even have them. Don't even get women pregnant. This is what you niggas are saying. This is what y'all saying. Don't even have them. Because they not your children. This is what you niggas are saying. That's just as toxic. But you ain't thinking about that. Because you so focused on gender warring. You so focused on having one up on these women. When your ass is suffering because you're doing that. And you know you are. You know you are. You men know you're suffering. Bruh, don't nobody want to die alone. Don't let these niggas get up here and tell you that. These same niggas who talk that shit, they got women in their life. Don't let these dudes get up here and finesse you. Acting like they want all these men to stay away from goddamn women, like they staying away from them. Had these niggas running around here telling you not to have kids or on child support. So I see why you telling men not to have kids. Because you done had a bunch of kids you can't take care of, nigga. You should have been telling yourself that after child number 6. Don't be out here trying to poison these young men. Trying to cut their goddamn lifeline short because you fucked up. Ain't nothing manly about that shit. So I'm supposed to go around and scar all these other men because I'm scarred about life? And then use statistics to say, well, you know. So I'm supposed to stop living my life based on a statistic. So if I want a wife, if I'm a single man and I want a wife, I'm going to stop looking and trying to get a wife based on statistics. That's what you men are advising other men to do. You're telling men to live their lives up under societal standards. A dysfunctional society, by the way. But we need to follow these standards. Don't deal with black women. If you deal with black women and you get her pregnant, make sure she get an abortion. Don't plan on having no kids. If you are going to have kids, go outside of your group of people. These are all societal norms now. And they're telling women to do the same. Just like they're advising black women to divest, what the fuck do y'all think SYSBM is? What do y'all think SYSBM is? It's divestment for men. Oh, so don't get upset because I understand what it is and because I'm gonna call it out, but that's what it is. Y'all just found a way to say y'all own divestment group without saying it. You know, because women like to throw shit in dudes' face. That's why we divestors. We're divestors. Because they want to throw it in our face. But what did the men do? They created their own version. SYSBM. Black male divestment. But if they want to control a population of your group of people, why wouldn't they tell you to not deal with each other? Why wouldn't they incentivize gender warring? Think about this, fellas. We're supposed to be thinking men. We're supposed to be thinking men. But we don't think through our feelings and we don't think past our dicks. Because we doing what? We have let societal standards dictate how we live our lives and how we interact with people. Y'all won't even listen to another black man tell y'all how to operate. But you gonna listen to society? You won't even listen to a man who shared the same experiences as you. Same experiences, look like you. But you gonna listen to society, nigga? You gonna let society tell you don't get married. In a society where they already think it's too much of you niggas. So why wouldn't they tell you? Why wouldn't they break down the family dynamic? And then why won't they use their media to teach you to accept the things that they want you to accept so they can walk your ass right into population control? You ever thought about that? Because we men, we're supposed to have foresight. We're supposed to have foresight. So think about this. What is societal standards based upon? It is based upon an agenda that has something to do with your extermination. Has nothing to do with your success. It has nothing to do with your upliftment or fulfillment. So why would you follow that? Why would you listen to that? The same way y'all ask me, DS1, why can't you stop eating chips if you know what's good for you? Why can't you stop eating donuts? The same reason why you can't stop listening to Obsidian. The same reason why you can't stop listening to Kevin Samuels. Same reason. Same reason. See? Same reason. Same reason. I consume the things that I consume because of programming, just like you. Just like you. See? Just like there's an agenda for eating bad and not exercising and all of that, there's an agenda for the shit that you listen to about relationships. There's an agenda behind that. And it's not for your benefit. Just like those chips, those cookies, those donuts, they're not for my benefit. The sodas, well, I'm not really a soda guy. I don't really like soda. I'm not really a juice guy. I drink a lot of water, but I love snacks. I love cereal, Captain Crunch, and shit like that. You see? Because they've made it normal. Because y'all may ask, well, DS1, what made you start eating the way you eating? I've been eating like this since I was a kid. It's called the poor man's diet. When you growing up in poverty, when you wake up on Saturdays, for the most part, your parents ain't cooking breakfast. Unless you grew up with some money. Then you gonna wake up and eat breakfast every day. You gonna wake up on Saturdays and have the no. No. On Saturdays, son, go get you some cereal and watch TV. That's why I love cereal. Then I'm the only child. I grew up the only child. So I can eat whatever I want when I want. See? That's why I love these things. On top of it, I used to sit up as a little boy with my dad. My dad was a big guy. We used to sit, when I was little, we used to sit up together and eat candy bars. The type of shit we used to do. Like a lot of y'all sit up with other grown men and just sit around and talk about what women aren't and what women need to do as if that's good for you. We used to sit up and eat candy bars and shit. That's why I like candy bars. I like chocolate. Grew up eating that shit, man, with my dad. Sitting up, he giving me pieces of Almond Joys and Snickers and Mars bars and all that shit. Fifth Avenues, all of that. Oh, I know them all. I'm a candy bar connoisseur. I know them all. Symphonies, Reese's peanut butter cups, Take Fives. I'm that kind of. I'm a candy bar connoisseur. I'm being real. Just like y'all are black pill connoisseurs. Yeah. Yeah. You see? You see? You see? Just like you a lame nigga connoisseur. You like to listen to lame niggas tell you about women. Right. What you call it? What you know about that, C. Morgan? What you know about what you call it? Hey, Miss Angie. There you go. Good to see you, Miss Angie. What y'all know about the what you call it? Huh? Huh? But my point is societal standards. What is society's diet for black men or for men in general? Has it benefited us? No. This is why you see all these men going vegan, going green, because society's diet for men is eating a bunch of meat. Eating a bunch of meat. Shit that we found out later on turns into cancer. So, how does following societal standards optimize our life as men? How does it help us get to fulfillment? It doesn't. Following societal norms is a detriment because society is broken. Society is not engineered for the relationship that you want. So you just got to go out there and get it. And the way that you do that is by going against what they say is cool, what they say is popular. Shout out to Brother Ray. He said Almond Joys. Exactly. Almond Joys, Mounds, all those, man. I'm a candy bar connoisseur. I'm not a fat ice cream cookie guy. I like chips, candy bars. I'm not really even big on the honey buns. I'm not that kind of fat guy. I'm not fat and sticky. I don't like gummy bears and a bunch of. I'm not a fat sticky guy. No, nah. Shout out to Brother Ray. Shout out to Sonny Blanco in the building. Salute, OG. It's been a minute, man. Good to see you. Yeah, Baby Roofs. Come on, man. You know that. That's one of my favorites right there. I forgot about the Baby Roof. Yeah, chips. Yeah, I'm not really the cake and ice cream guy, M. Stewart. I'm a candy bar kind of dude. I'm a candy bar guy. He said I'm eating gummy bears right now. Shout out to everybody in the building, though, man. But I see y'all getting the point. Y'all understand? Y'all get it. DS1. Yeah, I ate it all. Miss Angie. Oh yeah. All the candy bars. I had all because my dad was a candy bar kind of guy. So all the ones that he got, I tasted them. I used to lay up under my pops and we'll sit there and watch wrestling. We'll sit there and watch the baseball game. He'll have a whole bag of different candy bars. My moms would go out and buy a bag, just different candy bars. Back then, that's when candy bars were 50 cents. You get a Snicker bar for 50 cents. My moms would go take like $3, $4 and just go buy a bunch of different candy bars. My dad liked zero bars, JMJ. I never liked zeros. But I like Mars, though. I like the Mars bars. Not the company, because you know Mars is the company that make M&Ms and all of that stuff. I like the Mars bar. They have their own candy bar. Mars. Right, Cartel. Stop letting society run your life and mind fuck you. Exactly. Or first you got to understand that this is what's going on. A lot of guys think that the shit that they talking about in relationships and the shit that they listening to, they actually think that it's helpful. And it's not helping them. Because it's not leading you to what you want. It's not helping you. It's not. Just like the candy bars are not helping me. The Twix is not helping me, Miss Angie. It's not. It's not. But it's a societal norm. It's a norm. If you grew up in the inner city, like me, in a big inner city, like New York, Chicago, LA, right? If you went to public school, such as myself, when you leave from school, what is the first thing y'all do? Put it in the chat room. Because see, we're talking about norms. Things that are accepted by the group, behaviors and thought patterns that is accepted by the group. That's what a social norm is. If you grew up in Chicago, New York, inner city, LA, shit like that, what's the first place you go after school, you and your homeboys? What's the first place you go? Thank you. Thank you, Andre Harris. Thank you, Miss Shaw Newsom. Facts, Khalif. The corner store. The corner store. DS1's favorite place. The corner store. See? We've been programmed to do this. This is our diet. I've been going to the corner store since I was in daycare. My father come pick me up from daycare because he worked the nights. He'll come pick me up from daycare or come pick me up from after school and take me to the store. Son, get what you want. Some days I couldn't have chips. Some days I couldn't have cookies. Some days I couldn't have a candy bar. But what happens when your parents stop coming to pick you up and you start going home by yourself? You're going to buy whatever you want. That's a fact, OG. Sonny Block. Hey, OG. In my hood, all the ox know me. All the ox. In every ox store, in a certain circumference of my block, all the ox know me. That's a fact. And I could go in any of the stores and eat for free. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. I could go get a sandwich for free, anything I want on the house. Yes, I could do that. They all know me. They all know me. They knew me since I was a little boy. They knew me since I was a little boy, man. They knew me since I was a little boy. And I know all of them too because I grew up with their sons and their nephews. We grew up together. A lot of the ox that run the stores in my neighborhoods now, I grew up with them. We grew up as kids. Now they just took over the business. So absolutely. Lunchables. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Yo, when Lunchables came out, Cartel. I'm from that era where in the morning we used to still go to the store and buy our lunch. See, this is before Lunchables. I was still pretty young when Lunchables came out. But before Lunchables, we had to go to the corner store and buy our sandwiches in the morning to eat for lunch. See? Before there was a grill in the store and you could get cheeseburgers from the corner store. Nope, you only could buy cold cuts. This is before that. This is before that, man. But at the end of the day, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm not going to leave out the ladies that's in the building that support the show. Ladies and gentlemen, the whole point is stop allowing societal norms to jade you about life, because that's what they're there to do. You know that there's people in life who only live in the confines of what society tells them. So they never take any risk because they're scared of the police. So when you're afraid to take risk, you lack ambition. You lack drive because you afraid of what somebody else gonna say. You afraid that if you don't become this, they're gonna look at you like this. See, these are the effects of societal standards and people following it. This is what happens. Men become jaded about relationships in life. Relationships are the keys to life. Let me repeat that. Relationships is the keys to life. Understand this. This is why they say what? Your net worth is based on your network, which is based on the people you interact with. So if you got a bunch of men telling other men that it's cool to be jaded about relationships, then what is that producing in men? And then what are those men going to project in society? They're going to project what they've been projecting, especially about Black men. We're angry, we're miserable, we're mad. You see? See how we play right into their hands? You see? You see? You fell for the okie doke. Now, when they say the things that they say about men, you wondering how we got here. Maybe we got here because a whole bunch of men was following society standards. And those standards doesn't teach men to become the best versions of themselves that they want to be. See, notice when I say this, the best version of yourself that you want to be. Not because it's not according to the next man. You ain't gotta look the way that nigga think you should look. If I'm not going, see, this is what's so weird about a lot of you guys too. You dudes that get up here and say, well, I'm not dressing according to what these women want, but you will go and look the way a nigga wants you to look. Huh? What? Oh, I ain't gotta have a six-pack because these women say so. But when your man tell you you need to get in the gym, you go run your ass to the gym. You weirdo. Your mans tell you you need to get in shape. You go get in shape, but you ain't gonna go get in shape for a woman, but you gonna go get in shape for your homie. You a weirdo. You see what following these standards? You see how you start walking on the wild side? You gonna go get in the gym because these niggas is telling you to. But when these women tell you, why don't you go work out? Why don't you go work out so you can have some more confidence in yourself? Man, fuck you. You don't know nothing. You don't know me. You don't know my life. But then your man tell you to go get in the gym. You go run your ass to the gym. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with y'all dudes? What's wrong with you? So you don't want to look good for her. You want to validate who you are with this nigga though. You want to show him, yeah, man, I could get in shape. What are we doing? What are we doing? I watch you dudes do it. A woman tell you, go get in shape. We like men with six packs, right? Man up, man, ain't nobody listening to these hoes. But then you go listen to Steph is cold. Steph is cold tell you to go get in the gym. You listen to him. But you won't listen to the woman you laying up with every night. But you'll go listen to Steph is cold, who got a woman. These niggas get up here and talk shit about women every day, and you niggas pay them, and they in relationships. I keep telling y'all, man, stop it. Stop. 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 Because all you're doing is you're hurting yourself. You're hurting yourself. This is what you're doing. Because you think that following societal standards make you a man. Because that's what society told you. 6 figures, 6 inches, 6-pack, 6 feet, and you a man. If you don't have all of those, you're not a man. You got to have them all to be a man in this society. So imagine how many men out here aren't considered men. Because don't you know the average man is about 5'9"? The average man. Do you know to be 6 feet and taller is not normal? That's not normal for humans. It's not normal to be 6'5", 6'4", 6'3", 6'2", 6'10". That's not normal. It's not normal. And don't you know, as a black man, you defy biological standards just by being a black man. Don't you know that? Don't you know that? Don't you know that? So who are we following? Why should we be following anybody? Especially anybody in this goddamn society telling us how to be men. Are you fucking serious? Are you kidding me? I think I'm gonna let some nigga tell me I can't. Oh, well, you know, you can't do this because of what society, the stat says. How many times does stats say if you get shot in your head, you're supposed to die? And how many niggas walking around here with a headshot? How many niggas walking around here with bullets in their heads? Huh? At one point in society, they told you if you caught AIDS, you were gonna die. How many people been living 30, 40 years with AIDS? What's wrong with y'all? Are you here to defy odds as a man, or are you here to live up to them? I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that. Are you here to live up to society standards or to defy them? Because that's what black men been doing. We've been defying them. So we supposed to stop now because it comes to relationships? Or because you know thought culture is prevalent? So now we supposed to get scared and run? Oh, it's too many thoughts out here. I ain't getting married. It's too many thoughts out here. It's too many thoughts. They just won't stop being thoughts. So I can find a wife. Shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate y'all for tuning into today's show. Appreciate y'all for tuning into today's show. Brothers, Max, this question, and I want y'all to get down in the comment section and answer the question. Are societal standards ruining men's outlook on relationships? I want you to get down in the comment section and let me know. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to today's show. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. If you enjoyed today's show, the Cash App is going across the stream. Cash App $ Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Cash App $ Sheep Stay Sleep TV is where y'all can go. I appreciate all the love and the support. I appreciate the donations. If you hit the super chat, if you hit the Cash App, I appreciate it. Most importantly, if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to all of you visionaries Shout out to all of you visionaries, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Kwafi Nino in the building. Narratives and dialogues. Salute, 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 salute. I appreciate you, brother. I see you up in here. Shout out to Miss Lovely Peace. Good to see you, Miss Lovely. Good to see you. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. DS1 Raw, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And remember, brothers, we are our own agency. We are our own agency. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.